Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of Money Lessons. Today we are talking about relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when it comes to our provision or risk. Yesterday, my wife told me a story, a case of a young person struggling with finance, not having income job, and really being in a very bad space psychologically and mentally when it comes to the future and uncertainty. I thought about this for a moment. A lot of people, when they are in these circumstances, they become either paralyzed or demoralized. Stress accumulates. They don't know what to do. So I want to offer some words of encouragement to take action. In fact, taking action is part of relying on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not just enough to say that our destiny is predetermined and therefore the right tawakkul is to wait for things just to happen in our life. An example of this is birds. Birds, they leave their nest in the morning and they come back full. Their provision is written for them on the day, what they are going to eat. They don't have any fancy university degrees. They don't have a GPS or Google to find where is the shop and so on. But they have a reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they go in the morning. They don't stay in the nest, but they go out to seek that provision that was written for them. In fact, one of the scholars narrates a story that beautifully illustrates this example. He was living in a village and he wanted to search for the knowledge. And to do that, he asked his sheikh, what is the best way? They discussed the option, but he decided to leave his little town or a village. Soon on his road, he was caught in the middle of the desert where he had a tent set up to stay over the night. While he was eating his food, he realized that not too far from him, there was a little bird with a broken wing. And he started to wonder, how is it that this little bird is surviving here in the middle of the desert? There is nothing around at all. And he wanted to learn what is the secret that Allah is feeding even this bird in the middle of nowhere. So he decided to wait a while and see what will happen. How will this bird get its own food when there is nothing around it? And so after a few hours, he noticed that there is another bird arriving and in its beak carrying a little bit of a food and therefore feeding this other bird with a broken wing. So he was amazed. He said, Subhanallah, look at this bird in the middle of nowhere with a broken wing, with the right tawakkul, is receiving the sustenance from another bird that is coming and bringing the food. And he thought of himself, why am I going across the whole country to another place to seek knowledge and running away from my own destiny in a sense? That's how he thought. So he returned back to his village and he said to his sheikh, I repent. I realize now that if Allah wants to grant me the knowledge and provision, that will find me even in my own place. So his sheikh asked him, yes, indeed, Allah can feed you and provide you just like he has done with this bird that was unable to move and in very, very isolated place. But he said, my dear son, think about this situation. What sort of bird do you want to be? Do you want to be a bird that is like the one with the broken wing, waiting for things to happen? Or do you want to be the bird that is flying, taking care of the business in a sense, and providing for other ones? So when we think about what sort of people we want to be, do we want to be one waiting for things to happen, or do we want to go out and seek and tie our camel and therefore succeed while being upper hand, engaging in halal? What this lesson should teach us is to have trust in Allah, to have patience, and to seek lawful halal provisions in our life. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum.